Yeah.
I'll say it myself. The amount of times, and I still do it. I literally did it earlier before you were recording this. Scrolling through my subs feed, I literally click on videos because of the thumbnail. I don't read the title. I was like, oh, that thumbnail looks cool. Watch, and then I end up watching the whole video. I not once did I look at the title. There was a video I watched. I had no clue what the title was, but if you show me the thumbnail, I'll be like, oh yeah, I've seen that.
Sure. This is going to be a little bit more of an abrupt switch, I feel like, but I think it's also important to talk about titling and thumbnailing. I think those are probably the most important things towards, even like we talked about quality and everything earlier, titles and thumbnails are probably the most important thing to like content creation in general, because that's how people find your video.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't have a good title, you can't get a good search term. Like, no one's gonna be able to find your video. Like, if you don't have a good thumbnail and like it's in your recommended, no one's gonna want to click on like a screenshot for a thumbnail.
So, Potato, you don't actually have, Jake, with you do, so we'll get to you after. You don't actually really have a consistent thumbnail style. So what exactly is your ideal, like, if you're talking about thumbnails here, like, what would you say is a good thumbnail? Because you don't have a consistent one. It's like, what do you say?
My thumbnails used to be a lot more consistent. It was thing that I talked about in the video in the middle of the screen with a blurred background.
So actually me, but with a grey background.
And that did really well because people just like figured out what the video was going to be about. And like they saw the thing, then they looked at the title, and I thought my titling has always been relatively decent. I know I'm bragging a little bit, but like I feel like I've always been pretty good at titling stuff.
Oh,
they look at the title, get intrigued by the title, then click on it.
That why did you change?
I changed. I really don't know why I changed. It's just like it's sort of evolved over time. I feel like I guess getting more specific with the thumbnail, I guess, and I feel like it's done pretty well. Like, for example, we can again go back to the video 3 weeks ago talking about Minecraft mobile controls. We just said don't put a screenshot on the or as the thumbnail, and yet that's essentially what I did with it. I literally just got a screenshot, put the Minecraft Bedrock Edition logo on it, and posted it, and it got 300,000 views. So that's not really a good example. But like the video before that, for example, where we talk about the new Minecraft update, I essentially that was about like where the Bedrock update where like player movement was really laggy, and so I sort of tried to animate that in the thumbnail basically by like making a Steve that was sort of like lagging or glitching sort of. Basically, I've just started putting more effort into my thumbnails to try and like appeal them to a wider audience as opposed to like, okay, this is gonna sound maybe really bad, I don't know, to try and appeal to the people that don't have a brain. Because if you don't have a brain, then you might not click on the video where it's just thing that I'm talking about in the video over a blurred background, because then you have to read the title. Do you know how many people can't read?
So
yeah.
Oh yeah, you go, Jake, and I'll say what.
I mean, in terms of YouTube, like people look at the thumbnail and then to the title. So you have to capture, you have to get their attention to the thumbnail and then to the title. Like, and that takes a lot of work.
Yeah, I'll say it myself. The amount of times, and I still do it. I literally did it earlier before you were recording this. Scrolling through my subs feed, I literally click on videos because of the thumbnail. I don't read the title. I was like, oh, that thumbnail looks cool. Watch, and then I end up watching the whole video. I not once did I look at the title. There was a video I watched. I had no clue what the title was, but if you show me the thumbnail, I'll be like, oh yeah, I've seen that. So I 100% agree. But what about you then, Jake? Well, what's the deal with your thumbnails? Because I know I've helped you make a few of them. Obviously not make them by me with the ideas that the I beat the hardest hive challenges. Your most viewed video, big credits to me for that. What's the idea behind the white line in your ones?
Well, I mean, initially it was because I was kind of, I mean, it's very generic content to make like hive challenge videos, like hive butt, my sensitivity is low, hive butt, I am small, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I kind of incorporated, I incorporated a lot, like a timer, to make it more intense, to make it more suspenseful, and to like not spoil like if I'm going to do it, if I'm not going to do it, in solo kind of videos. But I mean, I guess like the concept for the thumbnail is I'm playing multiple like game modes rather than just one. So I need to. So okay, let's go to Hive. Let's say I'm playing Sky Wars. I need to include like diamond armor, andesite, like things, fire sword, things recognizable for a Sky Wars player. And then like on the right side or whatever on Treasure Wars, I need to include obviously like a treasure, like a defense or something like that. You know what I mean?
Just something they can recognize by looking at it.
Yeah.
Sorry, Potato, did I cut you off on your one, by the way? Or did you not have anything else to say?
No, I'm good.
Okay, cool. Yeah, sorry, Karen, joke. My bad.
Yeah. So I'll have that basic concept, and then I'll have like, I kind of use name tags to like make the videos stand out from one another. So let's say I'm doing like a speedrun video, for example. I'll have like a first on which I've done before. Like I'll have a first like above my name tag, and then maybe like a second like on another name tag or something, or like a different a different skin or something.
Yeah, with the best Hive player, you had you in first and Ignacio in second. And I won't spoil the
Yeah.
results of that video, but you had that thumbnail idea.
I mean, my rule of thumb is I don't spoil the video, but I think for that video, it was kind of different because like in a sense we both kind of won, but just in different ways.
No, only he won.
No, and
You lost.
no, we had initially planned no matter what like who won to just do like a Snow Wars thing, and even though a lot of people were like telling me you probably should cut this out, this is like you're gonna kill retention, people are gonna think like
Yeah, I did.
like you're
I
gonna
said
click
that.
off. Yeah, okay,
Literally me.
but like it shows like heart to the video, you know, it shows passion to the video, like it shows that like it's a good like I don't know how to say this, it's a good switch up to what people would normally think without, you know, making people like click off too fast or whatever.
Yeah, makes sense. As for my
Makes sense.
thumbnails, mine have changed up a little bit as well. Actually, I actually didn't intentionally copy you here, Potato Pie. I really didn't mean to. I actually changed as well. I used to have like stuff in the middle, like when I did the top secret thing, I used to like ban, scam. I just had those in the middle of the screen. But now I've started like branching out a little bit. I don't really seem to have a consistent theme too much anymore. It's like I have like 2 things on the screen rather than 1. So I actually don't really have a consistent one either. So it's more you, Jake, for this one, who has a consistent thumbnail idea. But like, what would you say? Like, what would you say, Potato Pie and Jake? See, this is I know this is your guys' like podcast, but I guess I think it's good that I'm asking you the questions because I have no clue. If that makes sense. What would make the like for each of you? What are the best aspects to a thumbnail? Like not based
Okay.
on your own, but like what are the best things that you can include in a thumbnail? Because I know like red arrows and ticks and stuff like they don't work anymore. They used to, but they don't work anymore.
Yeah.
So what is the ideal? Like yes, that is the best thumbnail you could ever make.
So I mean, like, there's like a couple like pillars or like points you should follow. So usually, like, you should have at least like three like subjects or things to look at. So like the viewer's eye goes to each of them, like 2 or 3 things, and then like a blurred out background or something that's not important, but it just shows that it's in the scene. It makes sense. But yeah, I think like in terms of like color and stuff, like saturation and brightness and contrast and stuff is really important. Like it makes it pop rather than just like it just looks raw. It just looks like you just took a picture, you know what I mean, and just like slapped it on there. I think like I mean, even though it looks like kind of silly, like when you're making it, like it's like, oh, this is way too unrealistic. Like this should not be this bright or this like saturated. Like it works on YouTube because it pops. Like it really stands out to the viewer.
So it has to be in their face.
Yeah.
What about you, Potato Pie? You got anything to add on to that?
I feel like when you make just videos in general, but especially like titles and thumbnails, you just have to like I mentioned earlier, sort of dumb it down to the average viewer, the average person. So like, you know, like we're saying, make it saturated, make it just like pop out sort of, but also like I do with a lot of my thumbnails, just keep it simple to an extent.
Mm-hmm.
Make it like 1 or 2 things on the thumbnail that'll like catch their eye, and then like the background and stuff like that. I don't know, I pretty much agree with all of Jake's points. You just have to like think about what the average YouTube viewer is going to see. You have to like put your mind to be the same as theirs.
Yeah, I mean, like another thing on thumbnails, like you have to try and like summarize the entire video like into one image, which can be like kind of cool, but that's like the general concept. You have to make it like make sense. You have to make it pop. You have to make it
Just have to make it stand out of
in
the subscriptions feed, really, don't you?
Yeah, because it's gonna be like what 30 or 40 videos like also there, like being competition to your video. So you need to stand out in like such a competitive like market with YouTube.
Yeah.
Especially since your titles aren't always going to fully show up either. Like looking at your channel, Potato, that video that's popping for you, the controls one, like, oh no, not the controls one, the Minecraft Bedrock's new update is extremely, and it just cuts off. So the thumbnail had to be good enough for people to click on to find out what the rest of that title says.
Exactly. And funny thing about that video, Jake actually like helped me with that thumbnail as well.
So perfect, yeah. So you two have a clue what's going on, and no.
Yep.
Before we move on, I assume we're all finished here, yeah? Anything else you guys want to add?
Yeah, no, we're good.